Now, in case you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about ChatGPT. Maybe if you're a small business owner, you've been thinking, it sounds a bit tacky for me. I don't think it's really my thing. I'm here to show you how to use it for your small business without any tech knowledge needed. You don't need to know any of the jargon. You don't need to know how to do code or anything like that. I'm going to give you 3 beginner-friendly ChatGPT examples to help you with your small business. First things first, do not be intimidated by this tool. It's really easy. It's built for the everyday person who has no knowledge or no tech background. So it's conversational and anyone can use it, even kids. For small business owners, the possibilities are endless. It's really going to benefit you most, though, if you can be curious and experimental with it. Example number 1, we're going to learn how to make more sales by objection handling with the help of ChatGPT. What you're going to do is tell it what you do and who you do it for, and then ask it to generate a list of objections for your role, product, or service offering. So you can see here the prompt that I created. Create a list of 10 objections a client might have about hiring an interior designer to work on their home. And this is what ChatGPT generated. This is a list of all of the things that people might come up with when they're deciding not to work with somebody that are all content opportunities for you to use in your own marketing. So what I would suggest you do with this information is take each one of these and then go and create content, whether it's for social media, whether it's for your blog. You can create individual blog posts targeting each one of these objections in turn. You can create Pinterest pins. There's so much that you can do with them, even YouTube videos. That basically help address these objections and reassure your potential clients and customers over why they could or should be hiring you to work with them on their home. There are so many different ways that you can do this. It could be anything from a simple static post on Instagram, a carousel that people can swipe through with some tips or information about why they shouldn't be concerned about something like a lack of control. So maybe they're concerned about losing control over the design process and not getting the outcome they desire. That would be an opportunity there for you to reassure them about your process and how it involves them in it, so that they are never left with any nasty surprises. You could do a listicle and address all of them and then do a series of deep dives. It's totally up to you. There's so many ways that you could approach this. But understanding your audience and what potential objections they might have to either working with you, or buying from you is a must for making sales. And if you can do this preemptively in your social media content, in your general marketing content, in your blog posts, it honestly takes half of the work out of it. Example 2, teach yourself marketing faster. There are a lot of terms to understand in marketing. There's so much jargon, so many really unhelpful, long-winded tutorials out there, and you could just spend hours and hours, weeks, months, days learning all of this stuff. Or you could go to ChatGPT and ask for an easy explain like I'm 5 prompt. Honestly, this prompt in itself is a game changer for being able to understand concepts really, really quickly. For example, if you're wanting to run Facebook ads and you perhaps don't exactly know what kind of ads you might want to run, you might hear something about retargeting ads and go, well, I don't really get that. ChatGPT will explain it to you if you ask it. And it's so simple. You can ask it for follow-up details, so asking it why somebody might need or want this. You can ask them for examples of retargeting ads, even ask them for specific brands to see what it comes up with. This is an absolute game changer. I don't even think I need to explain how useful this will be, even just for being able to explain what you do to people in a really easy way. So this is best if you have a goal in mind when you go to it. So if you have something that you want to learn, that's when it's best to go to ChatGPT. Don't just go there with the wide world of opportunity available to you, because you're going to freeze and it's not going to be very useful. It's not a great use of your time if you go there with no scope, no deadline in mind, and nothing to already run with. Go there with a goal, know what you want to get out of it, and then cut it off. Otherwise, you could be in there for days. Honestly, there's just so much in there. But ChatGPT will help you flatten that really steep learning curve that's associated with lots of different kinds of complex topics. Write your own website copy better. Do not use ChatGPT for writing your own copy. It can give you a draft that you might be able to start with, but even then, I wouldn't recommend using it to write copy. It's not going to give you anything that is A, unique, and B, advanced and tailored enough to actually be able to put on your website, publish ready. What I would get it to do, though, is to give you a checklist or an outline of the components needed for something like high converting product descriptions or service offerings, because that way you can make sure that you have a base to work with when you're writing your own copy, because there's so much involved in writing website copy or in populating your product descriptions that you might just be thinking, okay, well, besides a list of materials or ingredients in this, what else could I say? That's where ChatGPT can help. Then you can use those guidelines to help you check off things that you might otherwise miss. So for this one, I asked, what are the crucial elements of an effective high-selling product description? And it's given me a whole list of things that I could take into account. And honestly, most of these are really, really useful. Mobile friendly, call to action, SEO keywords, use of action words. If you wanted it to then go and expand more, you could say take 0.5 use of action words. You could ask it to generate you a list of action words that would be effective for X type of product. Handy tips for using ChatGPT in general. Commands tend to work better than questions. It's not a human, so it does follow instructions better than it does spitballing ideas. If the more specific with your queries you are, the better your output is going to be usually. And you can always ask for more detail if needed. If it doesn't give you the right information, you can tell that it's wrong. You can tell it that it's wrong, and it will try and correct itself. Use it with your brain, not instead of. It is still deeply flawed and will often give you incorrect information. So don't rely on it for facts, mathematics, or anything that you aren't prepared to put your name on. If you found this helpful, please let me know, because I'd love to make more ChatGPT tips for you. Like and subscribe to The Right Chloe for more tips like this.